Boom! What's going on, everybody? How's everyone feeling? So, here is a live Q&A session we got going on here at My Fight Gym. We made it free for non-members, so that's why we got a bunch of people in here. We got 17 people so far. Guys, feel free to spread the word about this. Get some other people in here. It's fun, I'm telling you. We do these live streams twice a week on the My Fight Gym channel, and it's fun. The more people in here, the more conversation we got going on. It's a good time. So I just want to thank you guys for coming. I know it's late for some people, early in the morning. You guys are from all over the world, so thank you for coming in, for tuning in, hanging out. I appreciate that. So I got an agenda, things I want to talk about. Look at old school, pen and paper. I got it written down. Things I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the future of Fight Tips, the channel Fight Tips. I want to talk about My Fight Gym, and I want to talk about the future of me. It's philosophical, the future of Shane. Hold on one second. I got a little echo here. All right, so let me start off with that. Let me just say this, that I don't know if everyone is aware of this or not, but this is my full-time job now. I quit my day job. I'm doing Fight Tips. I'm doing My Fight Gym, online personal training, full-time now. That's what I do. Fight Tips started in 2003, and it was always a hobby. And it took me a while to realize that, you know, this is a hobby, along with martial arts itself, that I've been passionate about, that I've really put my mind to and put time into. And I didn't do it for money or for anything, anything like that, besides for it brought me happiness. Seeing viewers like you, seeing the channel grow, seeing you guys getting results, and just getting positive feedback. Then I realized, you know what if I made it my full-time job? And of course, I'm getting those comments from people that are calling me a sellout. And it's like, in fact, someone defended me once, and it made sense. It was like, how can you begin to say this about someone who's, spending their time on something good, when there's people out there who rob and steal or work jobs that they hate? And yeah, like maybe I'm trying to make money off it, but I'm not asking for a lot. This is the only reason I'm doing that is so I can continue to do it. Otherwise, I'd have to work a full-time job. I wouldn't be able to do this anymore. Fight Tips wouldn't be. I'm an adult now. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I'm a grown adult with bills and rent and all that stuff. And in order to survive, in order for Fight Tips to survive, I got to make money. And I'm being honest with you guys. I'm being completely honest. I didn't rehearse this or anything. I'm just speaking from the heart, speaking the truth. So, with that being said, obviously we're going to grow. I'm going to make it grow. Otherwise, I got to find another job, and Fight Tips is gone. So I need your help, and I need to hustle, and that's what I plan on doing. Fight Tips, if you've noticed, is doing three videos a week now. We do it, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Okay, so boom, we're banging out videos like crazy. So we're filming a lot. I'm editing like crazy, scheduling videos, and on top of that, it's getting even more stressful because, as some of you know, I'm moving far. I'm moving cross country. I'm in Philadelphia now, and I'm moving to Los Angeles, moving to LA. It's this side of the United States, and I'm moving to this side of the United States. But we're going to make a nice road trip out of it, and we're going to be filming it along the way. So we're going to be, we're going to go south. We're going to hit, places like Georgia, Tennessee, New Orleans, Austin, Texas. We want to go to like Phoenix, and then probably San Diego, and then LA. So expect some cool, interesting videos. On Fight Tips, we're going to be uploading videos, just stuff, along the road trip, still fighting based, okay, self-defense and stuff like that. And for the My Fight Gym, we're going to be holding streams from different states across the U.S., so it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. For the non-members of My Fight Gym, because I know we have members and non-members right now. This is free for non-members. What My Fight Gym is, let me just explain it. It's sort of like this. It's this setup with a black background, except normally when we do a live stream, it's fitness class, right? We'll do the sparring, which you've seen, where I stand in front of the camera, I throw punches, you have to slip and react. I tell you what techniques I want you to do. I tell you how to defend. I tell you how to counter. And then we make a full body workout out of it. So it's push-ups, it's squats, it's sit-ups, all explosive plyometric movements. Real quick, let me just show you too. For people who have full access, this is what it looks like when you go to the My Fight Gym channel. Because, like I said, a lot of you guys aren't paying members, but for $4.99 a month, let me just real quick show you what it's all about. So this is once you go to the video page, and like I said, since I'm moving, I'm trying to get ahead of the schedule, ahead of the game. So I scheduled a bunch of videos that are going up. These are actually, no one can view these just yet. But these ones with the lower red are all the live streams. You can see the black background. Here we did a stretching flexibility for legs and shoulders. This was an MMA full body sparring, focusing on ground and pound. We do Muay Thai sparring. We got Taekwondo classes, Muay Thai classes, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes, boxing classes, and there's a ton of videos, guys. Like I'm still scrolling, and we do. Let me just bring it back real quick. So we upload a video a day throughout the week, Monday through Friday. It's one video a day, and then we do 2 streams a week. So it's pretty much 7 days a week we're uploading videos. So Fight Tips is enough for if you guys really want to try to take your training to the next level. Yes, then absolutely you should become My Fight Gym members. So with that being said, the future of My Fight Gym is huge. People are still asking, they still don't get it. And it's a valid question. It makes sense. They're asking, why does a YouTube channel cost money? And I would ask the same thing. If I was an avid YouTuber and I was, following a bunch of different channels, and I saw my favorite channel started charging money on this other channel that he talks about is the best, yes, I would be like, the hell, Shane, come on. How are you gonna charge us money? But I keep it cheap. It's $4.99 a month. But the reason why I'm charging money is because I want it to grow. All right, I want it to get big. I want online training to be the way of the future, and I want to be the pioneer of it. And it's not going to grow. I haven't seen a penny of it. Every dime that My Fight Gym makes gets cycled right back into it, and it just gets added to it. Because I'm hiring, other trainers. I'm hiring Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys. We're going to be introducing Krav Maga and Jeet Kune Do. And I can't just, ask people, can I just film you for a couple hours and teach you everything you know? Teach me everything you know? I got to hire these guys, and that's been coming out of pocket for me from the beginning and even now because it's just the way it is. It's a business. So, but it's going to grow. If I stay with it, if I continue to hustle and you guys continue to support, we're going to grow together. We're going to be pioneers together. It's awesome. And I know you guys enjoy it. And to me is worth it, that you guys get something out of it. All right, and the future of me is pretty much just that. I'm Fight Tips, I'm Fight Gym, and I got to just stick with it. So I'm here for you guys. I want to talk about what June's going to be like. Like I said, I'm sort of going off my list here. What's June going to be like? Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling, but I'm going to be documenting the whole way, and I'm going to be uploading videos. For Fight Tips, I'm going to introduce a new thing called a new playlist called Fight Tips Quick Tip. I think that's what I'm going to call it. It's going to be something like that. It's going to be short videos, 30 seconds to a minute, but it's going to be questions that I get a lot, frequently asked questions, and just quick ones that I'm going to run through to expect. People ask me, where should I look when I'm fighting? Should I look my opponent in the eye? Should I, look at their feet? Where should I look? I'm going to answer that question. People ask, should I keep my fist tense when I'm shadowboxing? Should I keep my fist tense the whole time when I'm throwing punches? I'm going to answer that question. Nutrition, I'm going to answer that question. Pre-workout, I'm going to answer that question. Here's my pre-workout right here. I'll give you a hint. It's about 3 cents a cup there. Stuff like that. So it's going to be quick, boom, boom, boom. You can just watch the playlist as it comes out. So for the month of June, a lot of the videos are going to be like that, along with all the other ones. We got a really cool one coming out tomorrow that we filmed with Ant. All right. Why LA is another bullet point I wrote down. LA is huge for YouTube, for mixed martial arts. I want to collaborate with other big YouTubers. I would love to collaborate with CT Fletcher, if you guys know CT Fletcher. I would love to collaborate with MMA and UFC fighters out there. Just off the top of my head, Huntington Beach is Tito Ortiz. You got Uriah Faber. Ton of MMA guys out there. All right, ton of headquarters out there. But if you guys have any ideas of other channels I should collaborate with or other fighters I should try to meet up with, I would love to hold pads for these guys. Could you imagine? Because I personally think I'm a really good pad holder. I've really come a long way. I've been training a long time. I developed my own style. If I could be the striking coach for some of these guys, record that and put it up for you, it'd be awesome. One more thing is we're introducing personal training. So it's going to be similar to this, except it's only going to be with one other person instead of 21 people. And you're going to have your webcam on. So when we spar, if that's what you decide to do, it's going to be like a video game. It's going to be real life. When you throw punches, I have to move. When I throw punches, you have to move. And if you're doing something right, I'm going to be like, awesome, you're doing that correct. If you're doing it wrong, I'm going to be like, this is how you want to do that. You want to tweak it this way. You want to turn your hips over and then release the leg, things like that. Or you could take it could be on your phone. You could take me to the gym, and I'll put you through a endurance training routine. Or if you need advice on, I don't know, self-defense or building confidence, it's going to be stuff like that. So we'll be introducing that. Make sure you follow me on social media, and we'll be updating you guys on that. So I rambled for about 10 minutes straight. I'm going to check the chat now. I didn't check the chat yet. So, yeah. All right, we got a bunch. I'm going to scroll through real quick. Guys, if you have questions, now's the chance to ask. I'm going to take about 20 minutes. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about so far. So, good stuff. For my fight gym, real quick, too, guys, I showed you what access is like if you are a member. If you want to check it out, if you're still iffy, just remember that the first 2 weeks are free. You put in your credit card information. Yes, I know that's weird to put in your credit card information. I don't like doing that either. But I've tried it with my own credit card. You put it in. If you cancel within the first 2 weeks, you don't get charged a thing. Okay? So the first 2-week trial is absolutely 100% free. We got Art in here. We got Vega Kane in here. He says, we live. We got Shady Michaels in here. What's up, Shady Michaels? VM. Jacob, enjoyed the skipping video. Yeah, Jacob, I wanted to give you a shout out for that. I know you asked for that. Awesome. Muay Thai. Art, BJ. Art says you most definitely are not a sellout. Thank you, Art. I don't think so either. But that's why I always sing that Real Big Fish song. I don't know if you noticed, or in comments I'll say that's the song I was singing in the shower when I announced the Deck Squat Challenge. BJ Walter says, how could you be a sellout doing this, what you love and getting paid for, killing 2 birds with 1 stone? I would love to be able to do that. Thank you, BJ. I know, and that's the way I see it. It's I guess it's just some people on the internet who abuse their voice, trolls. In one word, that's pretty much what it comes down to. MLG Killer says you're leaving Philly. I am, unfortunately. I've lived here my whole life, and I'm done with Philadelphia. I am. I just need a better place to live. Austin, Texas says Devil Dog. When? Probably around the 21st through the 25th, somewhere in between there of this month. Cool. John Doe, OC right here, Orange County, beautiful. Meet up with me out there. Shady Michaels, be so happy for me in California. Absolutely, let's get it going. Recoil US, Shane, I have a couple of questions I want to ask you. Go for it. All right. So, James Evans says, can't agree more. You took a big risk quitting your job, especially in this economy. I can only thank you for giving your time for us. Much respect for you, my friend. See, comments like that really make me smile, and this is completely genuine because I do it for you guys, and it's so nice to see that you guys appreciate it and give it right back. It's awesome. Thank you, James. VN says, is this session only 30 minutes? Yeah, probably it's only going to be about 30 minutes. Usually when we hold ones like these, the questions sort of fade out after 30 minutes. If we're going strong, then I'll keep going. I got nothing better to do. Like I said, it's my full-time job now. And I enjoy this. I didn't mean it like that at all. I really do enjoy this. This is my life. This is my downtime here. Jonathan Amaya. What's up, Jonathan? I haven't seen you in a while. It says, Fight Tips is basically for street fights and self-defense. My fight gym is like a real MMA gym. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Fight Tips uses martial arts techniques because that's what martial arts is. That's what self-defense is. It's derived from martial arts. And exactly, my fight gym has the individual classes. Mixed martial arts is that. It's a bunch of different martial arts. So we have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, and we're going to be incorporating other things, like I said, Krav Maga, Judo, Jeet Kune Do. I want to get Capoeira in here. How cool would that be? I mean, that's why I want stuff like that, because how frequently do you see a Capoeira gym down the street? Not likely. BJ, gotta say, congratulations, BJ. I was impressed with those push-ups. I hope you're not stealing bread and eating trash. Hope this gets farther than you could imagine. That's the dream, right? But I mean, and with that being said, I'm never gonna forget this. I'm never gonna forget you guys, and I'm never gonna sell out mentally. I'm never gonna change who I am. I just made a tweet today too. That Art responded to, and I said, "There's not enough positive role models." I had a heated debate with my wife's friend. And we were just going back and forth, and I was just saying how there's really there's not enough positive role models in today's media. Celebrities, athletes. Athletes more so, they are more positive, but still they're getting into trouble. You know, they're either criminal, racy. I don't know. I want to be the one. I want to be the one that's, you know, positive, good, even though so many people see fighting as a negative thing, and it is. But martial arts, self-defense is awesome, and everyone should train martial arts. That's what I believe. So I'm still scrolling, guys. I'm trying to keep up. Remember, if I don't answer a question, guys, just type it out again. California Kid. Someone says try Boxing Fit Factory in Cali. I'm copying that right now. I'm going to write that down. Boxing Fit Factory in Cali. Yeah, guys, if you have any recommendations along the way, gyms I should hit or something like that, anywhere that's, you know, along the East Coast, along the southern border, or the West Coast, I'm definitely game for recommendations. It's just going to make better videos too for you guys to see. Shady Michael says, Shane, is it normal that I always get kind of scared of my opponent in a street fight? Yes. Yes. Can I say I got nervous before even doing this live stream? Would you believe that? And I got no punches flying at me. But yeah, I've talked about in videos before. Everyone gets nervous. Your opponent's nervous and scared of you too. You get that shaking feeling where you get like the chattering in your jaw, and when you throw your first punch, you're like, what was that? It was so weak. There was nothing behind it. Believe me, there's power behind it. You're fine. Everything's good to go. Embrace that feeling. That's adrenaline. That's good stuff. Dan Parrott says, hey, bud, finally glad to get on a live session. Been a member since the beginning. Awesome. Good stuff. Here's another great one. I love it. He says, do you know how much the private training will be? Just an estimate. That's one of the things we're still ironing out. We're still working on. I'm thinking it's going to be in packages. Okay, so we're going to do either one session a week, 2 sessions a week, or 3 sessions a week, depending on, you know, how serious you want to take it, how quickly you want to get your results. Obviously, if you're doing 3 a week, it's going to be more expensive than the 1 a week. But when we first release it, it's going to be a special. It's going to be cheaper than what it will be a month from when it's released. I think estimate, like I'm thinking, I forget what we came up with. Me and my wife both do this full time, and she's working on that stuff. I'm working editing. I'm working behind the camera, and she's trying to iron out all that stuff. So let me get back to you. I will get back to you on that, Dan. Okay. Stupaflix D&B music says, yo, Shane, how many times have you broken your nose? I think twice. Never went to the doctor for it. Never got it checked out. But this nostril here is pretty much closed up all the time. Very stupid, I know, but I can only pretty much breathe through this nostril. I'd like to thank Tim Amarin for that, who just went pro. Dreams on Fire. Shane, can you give me a tip on how to burn belly fat? I'm not chubby, but it's only my upper abs that show. That's normal. That even if you're not chubby, if you have the slightest bit of belly fat, and it will be lower than upper most of the time, is cardio. So make sure that you're running. Make sure you're incorporating cardio. What I like to do, if I'm lifting, I'll incorporate my cardio with my lifting. So I'll do, say it's chest and tris, which was 2 days ago for me. Chest and tris, I'm on the bench. I'm doing my bench. I'll go for 8 if it's strength day. I'll go 12 if it's endurance day. As soon as I'm done, drop the weights, and I'll go right to mountain climbers. Or I'll grab a jump rope, and I'll start doing double unders or high knees so I can get my heart rate up and keep it up. Then I'll give myself like a 20, 30-second rest, pick the weights back up, go right back into the bench. So get your heart rate up, keep it up, sweat a lot. If you're sweating a lot, you're going to be burning calories. That's how you're going to get rid of belly fat. That's how you're going to see your abs. Also, lower abs, anything where you're raising your legs, leg raises, you know, bicycle crunches, stuff like that, things that involve the legs will strengthen the lower abs. BJ Waters, he says the time difference from here to LA is it 4 hours? It's either 3 or 4. I'm not totally sure. But like I'll try to find like a halfway point. If we normally do it at 6 o'clock here, I'm not going to do it so that it's 2 o'clock here. You know what I mean? I'll do it maybe like 5, 4 or 5 or something like that. I've figured out the times that work best for people, and we'll still experiment, but it'll be around the same time. Jacob Murphy says, can you do the 20 different push-up variations competition like we did the deck squat challenge? That's a good competition there. That I like. I like that idea. Yeah, would you guys be down for another challenge like that? If you guys saw the deck squat challenge? If so, let me know. Dan Parrott says, come down to South in Tennessee and we'll spar. Maybe, seriously. If you have a Dan, do you train at a gym as well? Because that might be in the realm of possibility. Okay, more questions. Blowing up. Raul says, is harmful to get knocked out many times? Yes. Yes. I'm not sure if it's scientifically proven, but I'm pretty sure just from patterns in MMA and boxing, once you get knocked out, the more times you get knocked out, the more susceptible you are to knockouts. And it's not good for you. Have you ever heard the term punchy? It's people who've been beat up a lot. And we don't know if Parkinson's is directly related to Muhammad Ali, but he got punched a lot. And if you see interviews of him now, he was harmed. It was harmful. So yes, try not to get hit. Vega Kane says, is Ant coming with you? Ant is not coming with me. No. We tried to get Ant to come out. He's in school right now, and that's his first priority. That's his school is his fight tips. But not by much, because I know he loves fight tips almost as much as I do. And I know he loves you guys almost as much as I do. So maybe you'll have to harass him and be like, move out to Cali. I don't know. I'm going to miss him, and I'm going to talk to him a lot, and we're going to visit each other. So it's not like you'll never see him again. Robert says, any advice for an ectomorph going to the gym 3 times per week in terms of getting some muscle? 3 times a week. 3 times a week is good. Are you on a strength program? You know, maybe like a 5-3-1. Make sure you do your research. You find out what your 1 rep max is. Make sure you're doing 80%. I forget what the 5-3-1 is exactly, but you have to stick to it. You have to be faithful to it. You have to eat a lot. You have to lift heavy. You know, that's pretty much what it comes down to. When I decided I wanted to get bigger, when I got heavier, just like anything else, it's about dedication, and that's what I did. Jacob, no, I'm not drinking coffee. I don't drink coffee. Close, though. What's the other one? I don't like coffee, but I've been drinking the other one since I was little. This. Dreams on Fire. Well, if I would recommend one person to look up, it's probably you. That will come to my mind first. Thank you. Awesome. Dan says, not trying to sound like a hater, but how effective is capoeira? Type in capoeira MMA fight. There's one guy, I'm pretty sure, is the only one who's really famous for it, and he's pro. Not too famous, but he's had a couple fights, and he's got some crazy knockouts. And when you see that, when you see the movement like that, I mean, some of them are just dance, some of them are just flashy, but some of those moves create so much momentum that if you land that, or even if you block it, it's going to do damage. I think if you could, like I say all the time, take the good from different martial arts and incorporate it if it works for you. Yeah, absolutely. BJ Walters, Hardcore Gym, Athens, Georgia. Copy. Pasting it in my notes. Awesome. Thank you, BJ. So moving up a little bit. What do you think of Savate boxing? Yeah, I haven't researched it too much. Is Savate where they kick with their toes? Was that the like the Sailors originated Savate? Or am I mixing that up with something else? Kinel. Yeah, refresh my memory. I'm not totally sure. Yeah, I know. I'm really far behind, aren't I? I'm trying. Okay, so it's a 3-hour difference. All right, I'm moving through these. I'm going to move a little quicker here. Shane, I want to know what to do when somebody is pushing you back. What do you do? So actually, you know what? I might make a video on this. It's a great question. It's super simple too, and I used to do this back in the day when people would push me. Someone's pushing you, it's linear, it's straight, right? It's pushing you this way. If you're flat and your balance is on if your weight's in your heels, then boom, you're going to go backwards. If you sort of stand in a side stance with your dominant leg in the rear and you roll like this as they push you, they're going to keep going this way. It's like playing Toro with a bull, right, with the red flag. When they push, they just keep on going. So I used to do that, and I would just push their arms, and they would just keep going. I know you can't take on the entire workload to personal training, especially as more people do it. That's correct, DJ. Do you know who else would be doing the personal training? That's one of the things I'm going to be working on tonight, tomorrow, and the next day. I'm going to be reaching out to other trainers, the ones that are on My Fight Gym. I'm going to ask Stefanos, our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach. I'm going to be asking Alex Wong, the MMA and Taekwondo coach. I'm going to ask Quan Kicker. I'm going to ask Jason. I'm going to ask Johnny. If they're all interested in it and I can get them on board, boom. There's that many more people that you can do it with, and I want them. I want them on there. If that's what you guys want, if you guys want to be able to train with other people, absolutely. Because I know, we each specialize in our own thing, and they can offer things more so than I can in certain fields. Jacob says, is hitting a bag good cardio? That's what I did yesterday. I was doing legs, I was doing leg extensions, and I was supersetting that with roundhouse kicks on the heavy bag. 20 kicks each leg. Then I'll go back to the leg extensions, back to the heavy bag kicks. My heart rate was through the roof. Yes, it's great cardio. I'd love another challenge, says Vian. Be later here, so it'd be good. BJ, oh, okay, good. So it works better for BJ. I have 4 years experience in Aikido and Jiu-Jitsu. Awesome. Aikido. Have you ever trained, Dan? Have you ever instructed Aikido? Recoil US says, Shane, I got a feeling that I'm about to cry before a fight or to throw the first strike at the opponent. Recoil, guess what? That's normal. I get that feeling too. Your eyes water up and you get that knot in your throat and that trembling feeling in your jaw. It's very similar to what it feels like when you're about to cry, and you're about to cry, and you have to fight it, and then you have to convince yourself not to cry, and you're like, wait, am I throwing this punch? Am I not? Is he going to hit me? It's a lot of things. That's why there's a channel for it. That's why Fight Tips exist, because there's so much that goes on. There's so much that you need to know, but know that it is all normal. Yes. Yeah, Dan, so that makes good sense, Aikido and Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm the opposite. I've been training striking arts my whole life and not enough grappling. James Evans says, I'm 14, not really fat, but I'm not skinny either. I'm looking into lose the layer of fat on my stomach and feel my abs when I lay down, but I can't see them. Again, that's cardio. You got to run, you got to bike, you got to sweat. Get rid of that fat, and then you'll see the abs. Everyone has abs. Some people have fat over it. That's why you can't see them. How do you fight a person with a gun? Says Mike John. Not totally experienced with weapon defense, disarming. Through research and talking to military guys and to Krav Maga guys, I've heard the best one is to just remember that a gun shoots in a straight line. The closer that you are to a gun, the safer you are. Okay? If you're 10 feet from someone with a gun, they go like this, no matter where you go, boom, and they shoot you and you're dead. If you're this close to someone with a gun, they have the gun in your face, and you go like this, and they shoot, it goes over here, you're okay. Get that gun out of their hands, either aim it up the sky so it doesn't hit innocent bystanders, or down to the ground so it shoots the ground. But first priority is making sure that you don't get hit, so you could grab the barrel of the gun, chop at the wrist, and then just focus on getting it out of their hands while you're punching, elbowing, etc. Vian says he better come when he's done school. I agree. You have to send that to him on Instagram or something. What do you think about Jack 3-Day? I've never taken it, but the wrestling coach Ryan on My Fight Gym, I think he used to take it and he loved it. He was in the best physical shape of anyone I've ever known. So there you go. Rolo says, will you make more free live videos? Thanks for all your videos, man. It won't be often, and it'll probably just be Q&A sessions like this, but not often. Maybe once a month, once every 2 months. But because I'm busy with so much other stuff. I'm watching myself now because we got that 30-second delay, and I just seen you trying to karate chop guns out of the imaginary guns. All right, James. The bigger problem is my chest fat, which I can't seem to get rid of as easy. Sorry about this question being broken up. There's max characters. So chest fat, pecs. It's probably going to be you mean your pecs. Push-ups, things that are going to tone the chest, push-ups, bench press, flies, cable flies, Um, even dips, when you're doing dips too, that's working the chest too, along with cardio. And I know cardio sucks. No one really enjoys doing cardio, but that's why that's why that's why not everyone has a six pack. Not everyone is in perfect shape. It's the people who push themselves. It's the people who try harder than others are the ones that look better. Jacob T, yes, hot tea, absolutely. Right, French kickboxing is savate. Um, I'll have to look more into it because I don't want to tell you what I think about it when I don't know anything about it. Um, see, I love this. I love that BJ's helping out a question because it takes me long to get to it. That's the stuff I like to see. Awesome, you guys working together. You guys are teammates. You guys are training partners. Vega Kane says, "Can you still get knocked out even if you saw the punch coming?" Yeah. Yeah, I've said in the video that if you see the punch coming and you brace for it and you tense your neck muscles and you raise your shoulder and you clench your jaw and you take the hit, you're not as likely to get knocked out, but you can still get knocked out. Yeah. But the knockout game, when kids were just running up and hitting unsuspecting strangers walking down the street, most of the time was resulting in a knockout because when you're walking down the street, you're totally calm. You're not expecting someone to throw a big punch right on your jaw. That's when you're gonna catch that knockout. You're totally lax. Your brain's gonna smack against the side of your skull. You're gonna get knocked out. You might even get a concussion out of it. Dan says, "I train with a few of my friends. We get together, watch your videos, and train all different kinds of martial arts." I love it. I agree. There is good points in every martial art. That's good stuff. I'm copying that right there. Mind if I use that as a testimonial, Dan? That's so cool. All right. Right, yeah, so savate is kickboxing with boots, so yeah, it is. I used to see they would kick, they would go for like the liver shot, but they would kick with like the steel tip of the boot. It's awesome. Mike John, you're amazing. Thank you. You should do that thing that your old trainer did, start a donation website and give a free t-shirt to every donation giver. Yeah, it's an awesome idea, and that's one of the things we were going to try to get up before we went on this road trip, but we just never got around to it, not enough time. I've been working on, editing and scheduling and filming my fight gym, fight tips videos. I got a lot of work to do. I'm looking at all the stuff too that I still have to pack for this trip. So, one of the things that we would like to get to, but not yet. BJ says, "I need to invest in a webcam. Personal training may be a problem without one." You don't have one, BJ? That's all right. See if you can get one. With this road trip, I'm probably not going to do that hour session, BJ, until July. Okay. When you can too, send me your address so I can send you out that T-shirt and your size and what color you want. Guys, BJ's the one that won the deck squat challenge. If you saw that, it's funny too because he sent me a message. He's like, "I should have went for more," and I could tell you could have too. You look like you still had a couple more in you. How about nunchucks? Yeah, I mean, my fight gym is a mixed martial arts gym. I would like to incorporate stuff like that further down the road, but how to use weapons, nunchucks, samurai, bow staff, that would all be very cool. Mike John says you train with Mike Chang from Six Pack Shortcuts. What do you guys think about that? Dan Parrott, I help my friends and teach them some. I train and teach some people with your videos. Awesome. Past experience, books, and other friends at different gyms. That's good stuff. I love it. Dreams on Fire. What is the most dangerous martial art in the world? The one that works. Boom. Go check out Nick Dross's. He's cool. Vega Kane. I've watched Nick Dross's. You know what I really like about him, and the one thing that I took from him I thought was really interesting with the knife defense videos that he does. He wears a white T-shirt, and he'll have his partner hold a marker, like a colored marker in his hand, and he'll have him try to stab him, and he'll try to defend against it, and then afterwards they'll break and they'll look down, they'll see where he got cut, how many times he got cut, and 9 out of 10 times, if not more, he's completely covered in ink from that marker, and that just goes to show that knife defense is an impossible subject. I uploaded that video about the crescent kick, kicking the knife out of someone's hands. I talked about being the further you are from a knife as opposed to a gun, the safer. And I still got a ton of hate on that videos, and people ask me to redo it because they're like, this isn't a good technique. I still stand by it. That's what I would do. If I had sneakers on and someone was coming at me with a knife and I had to, defend myself, if I couldn't just turn and run, then yeah, I would still do that kick. Because who's the guy that came up with the knife defense? Who's the guy that survived so many knife defense or so many knife attacks that he taught everyone how to correctly defend against knife? Because if that guy's out there, I want to meet him. Because I'm gonna guess someone who survived one knife attack is the luckiest man in the world. Someone who survived 2 knife attacks is a liar. You can make a quote out of that. I could say that again. The guy who survived 1 knife attack is the luckiest man in the world. The man who survived 2 knife attacks is a liar. I hear you, Dan. Says, I currently don't train at a gym because of the price. I've yet to find an MMA gym. Well, I've yet to find an MMA gym that is cheaper than $100 besides UFC gym. UFC gym, though it's more of a fitness gym, is the only gym. They're still pretty high. I think they're $79 a month. Have you ever watched the series Fight Quest? Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's I always thought that was a really cool idea for a show. See, if they had that idea for that show and I was a little bit older, I feel like I could have been on that. I would have loved to go to different places and spar with guys and challenge them and fight them. That would have been awesome. Actually, Bill Duff was the guy that was on Fight Quest, the bigger guy. He actually was the owner of the New Jersey UFC gym. The guy that I worked for, used to work with him. All right, more questions. Have you ever watched? Oh no, I just said that one. Shane, how do you defend against knee attacks? From the clinch, I did that video, how to escape the clinch. That's a great way to defend against it. Geez, there's a bunch. I mean, if you're talking about from the clinch, I recommend just getting a more dominant position and throwing your own back. Staying upright, jamming them up so they don't have enough space, so get your hips close to their hips. Think of it like a Chinese finger trap. You know those finger traps where your first reaction is to pull away? Don't pull away, because then you're going to create space and you're going to get caught with a knee. So get closer together, get in better position. From there, you could either push away so they can't grab a hold. You could throw your own knees. You could throw your own elbows. If it's a straight knee, there's a few defenses you can do that. One very advanced one I learned in Thailand. Hard to explain, but you sort of just scissor your hands. You push their knee one way and you push their head the other way, and they just spin. There's one. Oh, BJ says one built on my laptop. It's pretty crappy. I mean, try it out. If you wanna wait, BJ, you can use that private training session whenever you want. All right, that's up to you. But if you wanna try it with that one, with the crappy one, we can do that. Try it with good lighting too. Sometimes lighting makes all the difference. Jacob says, guessing you don't like Mike Chang by your reaction. I just am curious to see what you guys think. That's all. I'm a positive guy. I'm not gonna talk crap on anybody. So James says, what are the pros and cons of being a martial artist as a career? I'm 14, did it from the age of 4 to 10. You could do a bunch of different things. As a martial artist and your career, I felt more confident going into job interviews because I knew if I could fight in front of hundreds of people, some guy trying to kill me, some guy trying to take my head off, and stay calm during that, or for the most part stay calm, then I could go into a job interview and talk to one guy, who's not throwing any punches at me. So martial arts is going to help with any career. But if you want to pursue it, you could be a trainer, you could be a personal trainer, you could be an MMA trainer, you could be a fighter and just rely on purses, endorsements, stuff like that. There's a ton of different things you could do. You could be a sparring guy. I always thought that would be cool, though kind of dangerous. Get hired to just spar with. Could you imagine being a Floyd Mayweather sparring partner? Be very cool. I once heard that when you go against someone with a knife, you have to come to the realization that you will get cut, stabbed. Yeah, I mean you're exactly. That's exactly right, and I've heard that too. But don't take that the wrong way. Don't think all right, I'm expecting to get cut, and believe it's going to happen, and then get cut, because you could get cut on your wrist and die. The arteries in your wrist. You could get cut in the stomach once, and internal bleeding begins, and then you're dead. So don't. What I'm saying is, don't accept that. Then you get this like overwhelming tough feeling, and then try to fight someone with a knife. If you still can turn and run, swallow your pride, swallow your ego doesn't exist anymore. Turn and run as fast as you can. So that's my tip for if you want to practice knife defense. Go out to a track and start running, start sprinting, get faster. But you're right. You are gonna get cut. You are. Because that's how Krav Maga guys, that's how Kali guys will teach it, to grab the wrist, grab the hand, and to like you're trying to push a car, like all your might, just ram it back into away from you, using leg strength, using back and shoulder strength, and just drive it back into your opponent. Ben Ham Studios, what's going on, Ben? I haven't seen you in a while. Jonathan Amaya says, in Muay Thai, why do they wear a band around their arm as a traditional? That is called a prasyat. The one around the head is a mankol. Yes, both are traditional. When you wear a prasyat, when you put it on your fighter, when you put it on your student, you're saying a blessing in your head. A lot of Muay Thai guys, Muay Thai started in Thailand. A lot of guys in Thailand are Buddhists, so they believe in prayers. They believe in keeping everything traditional, so they'll give them their blessings as they're putting it on. They'll wave it on them, and it's supposed to give them the strength to be able to kill their opponent. So that's why you never wear a prasyat in training. You only wear it in a fight, because you don't want to kill your teammates. You want to kill your opponent. Kill, not literally murder. Just destroy, beat, win. MLG says, I'm paying about $89 a month with a year contract at the gym he's at. That's not bad. That's good. Very good. Mike John says, come to New Jersey. I'm leaving, man. I'm going to LA. I'm using Gain Fast as a weight gainer and Animal Pack as vitamins. What do you think about them? I've heard good things about Animal Pack. I've heard a lot of good things about Animal Pack. I've never used a weight gainer, so I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on weight gainers, personally. Robert, read me off some of the nutrition facts. Just sort of write it down. Like how many calories, how much protein is in a weight gainer. I'm just curious. How much sodium and sugars are in it too, carbs. Shane, what do you do when someone grabs your hair from the back? If you're facing them or if you're not facing them? Rico, if you're facing them, I would see that as a Muay Thai clinch. I would clinch up and I would start kneeing them. They're going to let go. Also, they have one hand then, which means this whole side of their face and body is open. I'd be punching. I'd be kicking. Again, see it as a finger trap, Chinese finger trap. Move into them. Don't move away. What's that I hear? My Fight Gym tour to London? Yeah, once we get to a certain amount of subscribers, I could see that happening. Spread the word, Jacob. Spread the word about My Fight Gym. Let's get this big, and then we can make it happen. And then BJ says, I lift weights a lot and tend to get stiff. My flexibility suffers. Same. How often should I stretch for better flexibility? More than me. Once a day, BJ, if you can. And like I said, do as I say. I'm sorry, do as I say, not as I do, because I should be stretching more. And I tell people to do it once a day, but I don't. But you said it. You just said it. You said you get stiff, and you already see that your flexibility is suffering. So you want to get more flexible. You don't want to be stiff. Gotta stretch. How about this? I'll start doing it if you start doing it. Deal? Deal. Ben Wrestling says we'd be sick if you trained with Eddie Bravo. I would love to train with Eddie Bravo. I would love it. I got to get the basics down before I start training with him, though. Vega Kane says, I'm 16 years old. Can I take Mike Chang after burn fuel? These Mike Chang questions. Vega Kane. Vega Kane. Don't take Mike Chang's afterburn fuel. You can. You'll be fine if you do it, but I don't know if you're going to see the type of results that you're expecting. You're not going to look like Mike Chang after taking it. I'm just saying, Mike Chang is he's a good businessman. I'll say that. Take everything with a grain of salt. Be wary. Dreams on Fire says, I think you should know that you saved my friend's life with your fight tips. Holy crap. He says, I got attacked by 3 drunk guys at a party a while back, but luckily he'd watched How to Fight multiple opponents, so thank you. Wow. I mean, I hope that his life wasn't in danger, seriously threatened, but that's awesome. It's another one I'm gonna copy and save there. If you don't mind, I'm gonna use that as a testimonial. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, the stuff that I teach is stuff that I've been through, and I'm not saying that bragging either. It's stuff that scared me when I was little, and then once I got older, I realized how serious it was, and then it scared me even more, and then that's why I wanted to keep you guys safe. I started making videos young. I started making videos early, and I got good responses, and I realized that I attracted good, positive people. Like look at everyone in this chat, like asking intelligent questions, looking out for each other. It's all really good stuff. You guys deserve good guidance, and like I love that I can be there for you and help you out and guide you towards other people, other trainers that offer that, and you guys give it right back to me. I get as much from you guys as you guys get from me. Believe that. Seriously, I told you, it's my full-time job for a reason. I enjoy talking with you guys. I learn a lot from you guys. And I had an argument with a troll a couple days ago. But yeah, I'm still a student myself, guys. I teach you what I know, and I'm confident in what I know, and I know it works. But I'm still learning. Absolutely, absolutely. Till the day I die, and every trainer is. If any trainer says that he's an expert, that he's mastered something, that he doesn't want to learn anymore, then he doesn't know what he's talking about. Jacob says he saw a video where a guy took his T-shirt off and didn't get cut by a knife because he managed to block and strangle him with the T-shirt. Yeah, I mean, if that works, I mean, if it works, it's just risky. It's scary. You know, a soft T-shirt. Yeah, if you can Jackie Chan it and wrap it around and make that knife a blunt object, then yeah, that's awesome. Ben Hans Studio, he says, Shane, what do you think about steroids? Oh man, I think they're not honest people who use them. I think it's well, no, I mean, to each his own. If you want to use steroids and you're not competing, you're not telling people that you're not taking steroids and you're this big bodybuilder online or in person, and you're convincing all these young people who look up to you, no, I'm not using steroids, and then they turn around and they're taking steroids, then that's wrong. But if you want to take steroids for no other reason than because you want to look good and you're going to be honest about it, it's fine. I want you to notice that too, Ben. Like, as long as it's for you and it's for good and it's not going to be it's not going to be bad towards your health or towards other people, then yeah, then my opinion is go for it, right? Positive. I'm sort of just straight down the line. Doesn't matter. Vitalis D is at LA. Do a prank with him or go to the gym with him. Yeah, I like that's the stuff I want to do. And who's going to make that happen more than me, because I send these messages out. I'm in Philadelphia, and I literally live like, I don't know if you guys know Ed Bassmaster or Prank vs. Prank, Boyfriend vs. Girlfriend. Both of them, the couple and Ed Bassmaster, live like walking distance from me. But it's just, and I only know that because I've recognized things in their videos. I don't know exactly where they live, but there's like no way of me getting in contact with them. I send them emails, and I'm a big channel myself too, but they're like celebrities. It's crazy. But if you guys post on their channel, then they'll be like, huh, who's this Fight Tips? Who's this Shane guy? And maybe they'll reach out to me, flip it around on them. BJ says, I'm having a hard time finding sparring partners without joining the gym. Is a heavy bag sufficient, or should I try harder to find a partner for the full contact? Heavy bag's good for, guys, I was saying I'm going to wrap this up in about 10 minutes. But a heavy bag is good for a workout. It's good for judging range, for movement, for muscle development, because you're having that resistance when you hit the bag. But when you're not going to have punches flying back at you. So if you want to be realistic for a fight, then you're going to need a sparring partner. The virtual sparring is going to help a lot with reaction time. It's going to help visualize and see literally what it looks like when punches are coming at you. But to actually feel a punch, to actually feel what it's like to block a punch, you're only going to get that through sparring. Um, let's see. DX Cheetah. Hi Shane, wondering if you could talk about your weekly schedule. How often do you strength train and cardio? So I talked about this earlier a little bit. If I'm doing strength training, if I'm really focused on just strength training, then I'll do just that. I'll lift heavy. I'll give myself a minute 30 rest in between sets. I'll go for 3 to 5 sets, and I'll focus just on that. I won't waste any energy. I'll only use that energy for putting that weight up. Lately, I've been mixing endurance weight training, so less weight, higher reps, and I'll incorporate cardio with that. So maybe I'll start off with a mile run, then I'll go over and I'll do, let's see, I said this earlier too. Yesterday I was at the gym and I was doing legs. I was doing squats. I was doing free weight squats. Then I would go right to single leg jumps, box jumps. Then I'd take like a 30-second rest. I'd go back to the squats. I'd go back to the jumps. Then I was doing leg extensions, and I was supersetting that with heavy back kicks. And I'll work out 5-6 days a week. If I can't make it to the gym, I'll do heavy cardio. I'll do a lot of running. I'll do a lot of body weight exercises. I'll teach a class. When I teach a class, I sweat like crazy. You guys who are Fight Gym members know when when I'm teaching class, I'm drenched by the end of it. All right, guys, about 9 minutes and I'm finishing up. So, Robert says 875 calories, 11 grams of fat, 910 milligrams sodium, 76 sugars, 38 grams of protein, 156 grams of carbs. That's a serving. Also, you use creatine. What is your opinion about creatine? I've heard mixed things about creatine growing up, but more so I'm hearing a ton of people use creatine, and it's naturally made in the body, so I don't really see a problem with creatine. That weight gainer, how often are you taking that? Because that's a lot of stuff. But if you're trying to gain weight, I guess that's what you need, right? Whether it's through supplements or food itself. Fight or flight or freeze are the main stages people experience in traumatic experiences. That's right. 2 of them are a defense. 1 is hopeless. That's a good way of putting it. Can you provide an analysis to how to shift from freeze to fight? When I shadow box, whether I'm just practicing boxing or Muay Thai, or sometimes I'll do street fight shadow boxing, and I'll walk like wherever I'm training. I'll take a couple steps, act like I'm walking, act like someone walks up and pushes me, and right away I get my hands up. I get this frightened feeling, and I really try to imagine that. And then I got to defend myself. Punches are coming, I got to slip, I got to roll, I got to counter, I got to move. Someone else is coming, I'm fighting multiple opponents. And I do that shadow boxing, like I said. And if I can really imagine it, imagination is key, visualize that, then when it happens in a fight, I'm not going to be 100% ready for it. You're never going to be 100% ready for it. But it's like, okay, I've done this, I've practiced for this. Okay, here comes this guy. And, it's not going to be A, B, and then C, but you're a little more ready for it. So really just practice for it, mentally, physically prepare for it. That freeze to fight, like to just instantly switch that on is tough. And there's been times where someone was in my face, they slapped me, they punched me, and I didn't do anything about it. When I was younger, I can remember that happening. And later on, and the kid was big. Remember, the kid was big, and I was like, if I hit him, he's just going to get angrier, and I'm just going to get beat up more. But if I take a couple hits, you got to remember that. What if he doesn't stop after a couple hits? What if he hits you and you get knocked out and he stomps on your head until you die? That should be enough reason to unfreeze. And then my friend, who was smaller than me, ended up fighting him and killed the kid. He whooped his ass, and the kid couldn't even defend himself. And then I was like, oh my God, I was just intimidated by no one. BJ says, stay the hell away from steroids. I had a friend take testosterone, altered his attitude pretty bad. It's one of the side effects you got to look at. Skin, you're going to develop all those pimples. Attitude, personality, yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. Can you use the pull counter if someone throws a jab or a cross? Yeah, absolutely. Just remember, they're throwing a long-range punch like that, then you're gonna have to cover that distance and come right back. Guys, Vega Kane asked a question about the pull counter. That's a technique that we've gone over in my fight gym. It's a Mayweather defense and counter. Shane, I've gotten bullied for years, and now in the recent months I've been threatened by bullies, and I'm just feeling like a pussy. I have a really low self-esteem, and I don't feel like hitting. I don't feel like hitting anyone, even if they try to hurt me. What's more important to you? Feeling like a pussy, or not feeling like one? Getting your self-esteem up, or worrying that you're going to hurt someone? They're not feeling bad hurting you, and you don't have to hit anyone. All you got to do is stand up for yourself. All you got to do is use your voice. Talk to them. We all have a voice, and whether they choose to listen or not, you can get into their heads. You just have to choose to. That's up to you. You decide what's important. Don't give in. Don't let another human being control your level of self-esteem. Don't let another human being decide what mood you're going to be in. No way. You're you. So you decide these things. You take control. You take pace. Don't let anyone else do that to you. No way. Come on, fight tips. Do it for me, Ben. Come on. I wanted to thank you again, says James, for everything. Your motivation is what gets me through every workout and pushes me to keep on going. Awesome. I want to give back. I want to give something back by helping you, so please use this quote. Absolutely. I'm copying it right now. All right, guys, about 3 minutes. Answer a couple more questions. I just want to thank you guys again. Remember, if you enjoy this, if you like hanging out, chatting with me, chatting with the other people on here, My Fight Gym, we do it twice a week, and we always finish with a Q&A session like this. So I would love to have this amount of people in there every time. I'd love to have you guys in here. So remember, 2 weeks are free. Sign up. MLG says Ed Bassmaster lives in Parkwood. I'm pretty sure he does too. Yeah, I know exactly where it's at. I know exactly where Parkwood's at. Robert, that is a decent mass gainer. However, must provide your body in protein-rich meals. Yeah, I was going to say the protein's actually kind of low for all the carbs and everything else that's in there. 8 hours of sleep. That's right. You need sleep. Good point. Heavy weight training. Good stuff, Dan. Thank you for the advice. To Robert, I love it. John says, in MMA sparring, we should practice stuff we learned before, like the spinning back fist, flying knee. Good stuff, Jonathan. I love the recommendation. We're going to do just that. BJ says, versatile sparring has already helped my reaction time a lot. Awesome. And I considered myself pretty spot on, but I got to say it's helped me improve a lot. That's good. Copying that one. I like it. I like it. Okay. Shane, what do you think about Bruce Lee? Bruce Lee was a pioneer in martial arts. He popularized it. Bruce Lee's the man. Bruce Lee's awesome. Everyone loves Bruce Lee. Ryan, do you watch the World Star Hip Hop Fight compilations? Sometimes. Sometimes I do, yeah. BJ, no worries. Not at all. You're fine. You're fine, BJ. You're fine. Jacob Murphy says, do you drink the Naked Green Machine smoothies? They're really good for you, but contain loads of natural sugars. I know there are. Do you think I should still drink them? I like the Nakeds. Yeah, I was drinking. I like the Green Machine, though I sort of make my own green smoothie in the morning. I like. What was I drinking? The protein, one of the protein boosts. The white one, the pineapple. Thought that one was really good. A lot of protein in those. But there are a lot of natural sugars in there. Yeah, you can still drink them as long as you're not like trying to cut weight, and as long as you're working out enough. Yeah, that's fine. I think they're actually 2 servings though. Technically, they're 2 servings, so maybe drink half of one. I don't know. Ryan says, or any online videos of street fights. Yeah, not a lot, not as much as I used to, but yeah, I do. And Dreams on Fire says, my friend asked me to join him in a fight group of idiots who brutally beat him back in 2011, but I know they can't fight at all, and I'm quite good. What should I do? I don't want to let my friend down. Join him, fight a group. Oh, like you versus them? Don't do it, I'm going to say first. I'm going to say if you do decide to do it, because I've been there and I've done a lot of group fights, just be wary, look out for each other. It's going to be really hard, but try to recognize who's on your team and who's not. Make sure you talk to your friends beforehand and sort of develop a strategy and a promise between each other that you're going to stick up for each other. You're not going to leave each other hanging. Stick and move. That's advice. But my first bit of advice is no, don't do it. Don't do it. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys for coming in. Again, I want to see you guys more often. I want to see you guys twice a week. Remember, there's going to be a slight change in the videos on Fight Tips and on my Fight Gym with the live streams. Are going to be whenever we can sort of get an internet connection. All right, because we're going to be on the road for about a week and a half. Fight Tips, we're going to do the quick tips. It's going to be, 30 seconds to a minute long video. If people are like, what is this? This is different. Defend me. Be like, yo, Shane's on the road. Cut him some slack. What else? I think that's about it. PTs, personal training, is going to be coming soon, so look out for that. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, all that stuff. Plugging all that stuff. And I always appreciate if you guys would give a shout out for my channel, both of them. So thank you guys very much. And real quick, I'm going to answer a couple more questions, and then I'm done, all right? All right, here we go, real quick. So, where are we at? Colin Crocker says, hey, my sister has a friend who gets bothered by boys. My sister has a friend who gets bothered by boys, and she was wondering if you had some tips for her. Oh, and by the way, she's only 13. How do you mean bothered? If she's getting sexually harassed, I'm going to say call the police. I'm going to say tell her parents to call the boys' parents who are harassing her. If they're just sort of playfully flirting, I would just tell her to be confident and just be like, just try to be more mature than them. Just be like, what are you guys doing? Yeah, we got time for this stuff, so just be mature, be confident, be smart about it, and if it's out of hand, then take the legal route. And make sure she's with her friends and she's with, either an older brother or someone she can trust and defend her if she ever needs it. James on Fire, thanks a lot for your answer, Shane. You're like a brother to me. Wow, thank you. Even though I haven't met you IRL. Good stuff. Yeah, try wild card boxing, Jim. Are you kidding me? I would love to train Freddie Roach. Love it. What's your opinion on those World Star Hip Hop fights? They're brutal. I don't know. They're brutal. I guess they are. They're entertaining. I'd be lying if I said they weren't entertaining. But I hate that so many people watch this and they're starting to think that this is how fights got to be. The fights when someone, gets knocked on the ground unconscious and they just continue to hit them. You don't do that. You won the fight. Be a man. Walk away. Finish it. You don't. Never excessive. Never be excessive, guys. Only fight to the point where you are safe and you can get away. It's the #1 rule. Please just promise me that all of you guys are going to use martial arts, use fighting for good, that you're not going to be excessive, that you're going to defend others and yourself, and that's all you need to do. All right. I'm in Denmark. It's 2 p.m. Absolutely. Thank you. All right. Raul says, have a nice trip. Thank you. Marcio Lynn, I'd like to see more motivational videos on fight tips. I think a few people have said that, and I think I'm going to. Fighting techniques are amazing, but we need your motivational words too. Please. I will do that, Marcio. Absolutely. Coming Light the Fire says, hey, Shane, I want to thank you for opening up my fight gym. Honestly, with your videos and the push you give us, keep going. The push you give us to keep going has helped me lose 20 pounds and boost my confidence and techniques. 20 pounds, it's beautiful. Wow. Definitely copying that one. Well, you're absolutely welcome. That's incredible. Coming Light the Fire. You're very welcome, and thank you for taking it seriously, taking your fitness and my fight gym seriously, and staying dedicated. Totally got booted off YouTube for a few minutes, says BJ. BJ, we're wrapping it up. I'm gonna close it up soon. Last one. Who would win, Pacquiao versus Mayweather? You guys know I'm a Mayweather fan, don't you? Mayweather, of course. I think Mayweather's only got a couple more fights, and since I'll be out in LA, only a couple hour drive from Vegas, I gotta catch one of those last Mayweather fights. Maybe he's setting it up. Maybe that's going to be his last fight, him versus Pacquiao. Doubt it, but that'd be cool. All right, guys. So thanks again for coming in. I want to see you guys on my fight gym, and again, just stay cool. Stay being who you are. You guys are good people. I recognize that a long time ago. And I recognize that I still attract the same type of people. Thank you for defending me in comments against these trolls. Who's my favorite boxer? Mayweather. Mayweather. I like the classics too, like Roberto Duran was fun to watch. All right, I gotta stop answering questions, guys. Again, like I was saying, thank you so much for being good people, for being, warm-hearted, for being morally right, having ethics and good values, staying dedicated to your fitness, to the channel, all that good stuff. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm Shane. Fight tips. Boom.